Alright, so, day one of New York Comic Con, and already Marvel's showing that they came to play. Goddamn, Marvel. Like, day one, we're like, boom, here we are. Here's what we're doing. Deal with it. And deal with it we shall. So yeah, they have announced 4 movies. Well, technically 1 movie and 3 other unannounced films. Now, there is some bad that goes along with it, but let's talk about the good. Let's talk about the positive first. Starting off with that, yes, we are getting a sequel to Ant-Man called Ant-Man and the Wasp. And what do I think of this? I think it's really cool. I liked Ant-Man. I thought it was a pretty good film. Also, Fox, when a movie about a superhero that shrinks and talks to ants beats out your Fantastic Four movie, yeah, it's time to reevaluate some choices there. But yeah, stick with X-Men. Just stick with X-Men. You're good with that. You found out the secret formula to how it works. Anyway, so with that being said, the Ant-Man sequel is going to be called, like I said, Ant-Man the Wasp. So that's going to be cool. It's nice to see that pair together. You know, we're going to get Paul Rudd back as Scott Lang, Evangeline Lilly back as Janet, and Hope, or God, I can't remember her name. You know, that character's name. Not that she was bad. It was just like I've suddenly just forgotten that character's name. But yeah, with that being said, I think it's really cool that we're getting a sequel to this. Now, in terms of what you could do with this movie, now it all depends on what happens in Civil War, because obviously Scott's going to be on Cap's team, and we don't know how Civil War is going to end. So we really don't know what's going to happen after that, and what's going to happen to Scott after that. And also, this film's coming out in 2018, so yeah, this movie's coming out in 2018 is when Ant-Man the Wasp is coming out, and this is going to be, it's going to be a while until we see this sequel come to fruition, and yeah, it's going to be something, it's going to be something to behold right there. The other question is, who can you use for the villain? I mean, yeah, you had Darren Cross as the Yellow Jacket, but really, the problem is that Ant-Man doesn't really have a lot of rogues. He doesn't, the only 2 people that are villains that you could remember as villains to him were, without Ultron, and that was a Hank Pym thing to begin with. Ant-Man's other 2 villains were Egghead and Whirlwind. A guy who could generate winds, and another guy who had an egg-shaped head and was super smart. Yeah. So, looks like we may be, getting another obscure Marvel villain for, it might be a little difficult there, but I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt. So, yeah. Also, the other 3 films, like I said, are Marvel has announced 3 unnamed films for, I believe, the 2019-2020 era, so we gotta wait for those. I'm going to say right now, those films are probably going to be sequel films. Those are probably going to be sequel films as well. And I'm going to say it's either going to be like another Thor movie, another Avengers movie in between, or possibly a second Inhumans movie. Or it could be something else. It could be some other superhero they really want to push. Like we already got Doctor Strange, we got Black Panther, we got all these other characters, out there. We've got all these other great characters out there. Makes me wonder, who else do they want to push in terms of new characters? Because they always said they want to push new characters, but we've already got all, the major new characters to these already out there. We got the Inhumans coming, we've got, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, and we've got all the other, other characters that people would most likely know in the Netflix series. So I'm all open to, another character, maybe another supernatural character, but it's really hard to tell, who could Marvel push now? So, yeah. But here's the bad news, guys. Here is the bad news. They have, with the announcement of this, with the Ant-Man and Wasp film, along with the 3 other unnamed title movies, which I'm pretty sure we're going to get titles for very soon, the other 3 films this film and the other 3 have caused Captain Marvel to be pushed back even further to 2019. Yeah, instead of the 2018 release, it got pushed back to 2019. So, yeah, we gotta wait another year for Captain Marvel. It also pushed back Black Panther a bit further, like down to November. I think he's still in the same year, though. I think he's still in a 2018 release, but now he's been pushed back several months further than a summer release. So at least we're still getting Black Panther in that time frame. At least I hope, unless they do another change. But yeah, despite that little bit of bad news, I think this is really cool that we're getting an Ant-Man sequel. I'm really glad the film did as good as it did, because it had a lot going against it. I mean, with Edgar Wright gone, and then you had the guy who directed Bring It On come in. This film had a lot going against it, so I'm really glad that, the character of Scott Lang and Ant-Man himself, got a lot of, attention towards that character. I think it's really cool that this character's now become as popular as he has, and thankfully the film went off as good as it did. So, yay to that! So you guys tell me, what do you guys think of all this news? What do you guys think of the Ant-Man sequel? What kind of story do you think they should go with that? And yeah, what do you think the other 3 unknown Marvel movies are? Do you think there'll be new characters? Do you think there'll be sequels to other films? And yeah, how do you feel about some of the movies being pushed back? Just comment below, let me know, and once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.